So hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Marvin, and in this first video on my channel I want to let you guys know about my experience with the ZenCleanz Rainbow Cleanse, the 1 week intestinal and liver and gallbladder cleanse. And I thought, what would be a better topic for the first video than showing you, the public, my excrements, my feces, and you will see all of that later in this video. But first I want to tell you something about myself, something about my current diet, something about my health and detoxification history. And right now I'm 30.5 years old, and my journey to trying to get healthier started over 10 years ago when I also quit drinking alcohol. Then in 2017 I went vegetarian and later vegan, and since April of last year I'm doing like a raw T4 diet where I eat fruit during the day, and for dinner it's either fruit as well or a salad or a cooked meal. But I was not that strict ditching oil and stuff and salt, but this year I'm heading more into that direction, and I see the raw veganism as the ideal diet and also as my goal. So that's like where I come from, and I have done a 7-day water fast last year, in the beginning of last year, and this year I did the rainbow cleanse. So it was my first time like cleansing and taking enzymes and stuff, so I don't have any reference besides the water fasting experience that I did a year ago. I started the cleanse with a weight of 63 kilos for a size of 180 centimeters. So yeah, I would say I was always rather light, athletic, more of the skinny side. So I didn't have much weight to lose, I thought. So what is the ZenCleanz and how did I get to know it? I got to know it through a video of Vegetable Police, and I watched it like in November or December of last year, of 2022, and I was very intrigued about it that he released mucoid plaque in like 1 day, and everything I knew about it before indicated that it would take like a longer juice cleanse, a longer water fast, something that would just take more time. And yeah, so then I thought, okay, why not try it? And then I did not only order the ZenCleanz 1, that's the name of the cleanse that Vegetable Police did, but I ordered the Rainbow Cleanse. The Rainbow Cleanse is a 7-day program, so it contains the ZenCleanz 1. You start with that on day 1, and during days 2 to 5, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you take liquid enzymes and solid enzymes in the form of small tablets, like drugs, I would say, from the size. And then on day 6 you have the liver and gallbladder flush, and on day 7 you take liquid and solid enzymes again. So with the ZenCleanz 1 you have like a schedule for the day, at what time you have to take what, and you have like a specific powder that you mix with water and combine it with liquid enzymes, and you drink it during the day. And I don't know if there is a rule of thumb or experiences when you eliminate the mucoid plaque. I think for Vegetable Police it didn't take so much time, but for me right after that I didn't feel a lot. I thought the powder mixture with water was taste-wise not really pleasant, but it was not bad at all, so it was no problem for me to drink it. It wasn't disgusting or anything. I've seen that from different people. I found it to be different, so for me it wasn't a problem to take it. The liquid enzymes I even found very tasty, I would say. I like them a lot. The solid enzymes, the tablets, I didn't like that much, but I will come back to that later. So then there was day 2, day 3, and I didn't release any mucoid plaque. I didn't have any bowel movements, and maybe I could add that before the day before I started the 7-day cleanse, I just ate fruit, and in the evening, it was New Year's Eve, I just drank a banana smoothie with berries. So things that pass my system very quickly in general, and I would say that from my experience and from my observation, my average bowel transit time is around 20 hours. So when I eat something, roughly 20 hours after that, I can see it leave my body on the other end. So that's what I would say. So everything that I took in before, according to that logic, should have been eliminated by that time. So then there was day 2, day 3, and I was starting to feel a little bit concerned and also a little bit impatient. And then I was contacting the ZenCleanz stuff via email, and I was asking them, is that common? What can I do? Should I be taking an enema or stuff like that? And they just said, yeah, follow the manual, follow the schedule, and don't worry about that. And I was like, yeah, not really happy with that answer, but yeah, I was just drinking then a little bit more water because I was feeling that my body needs a little bit more hydration maybe to deal with everything. And then I just continued using, taking the enzymes. And the next day, I think it was day 4, then I felt, okay, I was getting pretty bloated. So also at night, I felt my digestive tract was working really hard, and things were moving. I was feeling that it was moving, and it sometimes even made these growling sounds, which we sometimes mistake as hunger, being hungry. That is really a digestive process in our GI tract. So then on day 4, I had my first bowel movement and my first release of mucoid plaque, and you will see the picture now. I put it in, and on the same day there was a second one, and I was always wondering with other people showing the mucoid plaque that was leaving their body, why don't they like dissect it more? Why don't they poke into it and try to take it, to separate it and stuff and see if something is inside or stuff like that? And then I had it, and then I got an idea why people maybe do not do it, because of the sensory experience, because it was really disgusting. I would say in regard to that, I'm not that sensitive, but getting that close to that stuff, it was hard. Like it was very, very disgusting and challenging. Then I did something like that and got my an old fork that I used and put it into it and tried to separate it, but it is not, for me it was not possible. I think you would need a really sharp knife, but I didn't want to take a knife that I had to throw away after that. So I just tried to do it with a fork, and that didn't work. And with the consistency, it was not like this old black hard stuff that you sometimes hear about in this detoxification bubble, but for me it was like very rubbery and slimy and gooey. And day 4 there have been 2 releases, and on day 5 I think again 2 releases. And with every release, you will see it on the pictures also, I put into here, it got more liquid. So in the beginning there was very solid stuff. So also a very interesting feeling when it left the body. And later it always got more and more into a stage of diarrhea with the changes. And then the bowel movements pretty much stopped, so also no real liquid stuff. And then there came the day 6 with the liver and gallbladder flush. And I also have never done a liver or gallbladder flush of any kind before. And that's the one I had the most respect for, because I knew that you have to mix powder with water again during the day and take it like every hour, or mix it with the liquid enzymes too. And in the evening you have to you have to do a mixture of 125 milliliters of orange oil with lemon juice. That was one bottle, bottle A, and bottle B was just a fruit juice with, I don't know, grape, peach and stuff like that. So regular, normal, tasty stuff. So I did that. I took it in the evening at 9:30 p.m. I mixed it, and you are supposed to chug it down in one go. That's what I did, and that was not a problem for me. And right after drinking it, I even thought like, that's actually really tasty, not a problem for me to take it. And then I taped my mouth. I put my mouth tape on, like I always do when I go to sleep, lay down. You are supposed to put attention to your liver and hold it, and just be with it, don't be distracted, put your focus on that. And that was an interesting experience for me. I didn't have any super revelations or stuff, but I found it interesting, and I also felt how my system is working with what I put into it before. And I have to say, when more and more time passed after drinking it and after laying down in my bed, I felt more and more uncomfortable, because as someone who is not really using oil for years and who perceives oil as something very toxic to the human body, and something that does not belong into the body, and someone who has a very low fat diet, also drinking pure oil was a very big challenge for me. And then I had this feeling in my mouth, because I brushed my teeth before. I had this feeling in my mouth all the time, and then I also felt how it got into my stomach and how the liver began to work. And for me it was interesting. I never had any issues with like inner organs that I remember in my entire life. And then it was the first time that I felt, okay, that's how it feels if my liver is working. And it was like a little bit like a pinching, like an itching inside, and it was very uncomfortable. And then I thought, wow, that must, like how people that drink a lot of alcohol, for example, there is this German diagnosis, Leberzirrhose. I don't know, liver cirrhosis, if it's an English term as well. I thought, wow, that must feel horrible. Or also liver stones, kidney stones, and everything in that area. I heard also that the release of kidney stones would be one of the painful things a human can experience. So I was thinking like, wow, yeah, like your normal feeling in the body is really unobstructed. And that's what I felt then. Then I managed to fall asleep, but I woke up around 4 a.m. in the morning, and I was not sure if I had to puke or if something else was happening. But then I managed to calm myself down with breathing and with also a little bit of massage in the belly area. And then I managed not to puke, but it was really, really disgusting. And I would say in hindsight always, like, maybe even traumatic would be a little bit, would maybe be a little bit of a strong description of it, but I didn't like it at all. And right now I don't think I would do it again. And then there was day 7, the final day, where I took a liquid and solid enzymes again. And that's also the day where a lot of people release liver and gallstones. And for me, I collected all of my bowel movements into a strainer, just like before with the mucoid plaque, and everything that came out for me was like three little, it wasn't stones, but it was like small, like accumulation of fat, and it was like yellowish and green, like really, really weird stuff. I tried to picture it, but it was so small, like maybe this size, and I tried to put the picture in the video also at this point, but I don't know how good you can see them. So for me, I'm not sure about the liver and gallbladder cleanse. Like either way, it didn't work for me personally, or it is a sign that I did not follow the rules somehow, which I don't think I did. Or the other explanation could be that really because of, as I said, like 10 years no alcohol right now, so in my 30 years I just had a period of maybe 5 years of drinking alcohol at all. And maybe that's just an indicator that I have a pretty good health of the liver and the gallbladder, that not a lot was released. So that's my interpretation. If you have other interpretations, please let me know in the comments. I'm open towards it. But yeah, that's how I can see it. And if I would have to compare it with the 7-day water fast that I did a year ago, I can say that the rainbow cleanse for me was really easy. Like I've watched basically every testimonial that is on the ZenCleanz YouTube channel also, and there have been people that said, oh, doing the rainbow cleanse was like the hardest thing I've done in my entire life. And I was thinking, like, for me it wasn't hard at all. I didn't feel hungry because the enzymes kept me full all the time. That was also an interesting learning, that what you really need, or what I really needed in that time, is like hydration, is water, and what the enzymes provide is carbohydrates and fiber. And these are the three main important things, and that's also why we are frugivore species and why fruit and a fruit-based diet is the most optimal for us, in my experience, and that's my truth as of right now. So for me it was in general easier than water fast. I take it any day, no problem. I was interested in eating fruit, but just for the sensory pleasure and not for nutritional needs. And I also didn't have these tiredness, I didn't have this lightheadedness. I didn't exercise during the rainbow cleanse, but just to give my body the optimal rest, but not because I felt that I couldn't do anything. So that's not the case. So what's my conclusion for the 7-day rainbow cleanse? First, let me start with the things that I like, with the positives. First of all, especially with the ZenCleanz 1, with the intestinal cleanse, it works. It's effective. That's the most important thing. Then it's easy to follow. It has a manual. It's like idiot proof. When I could do it, you could do it as well. It's tasty and nourishing with the enzymes. That's positive. And it was also gentle and painless. So that's the 4 advantages that I would see. Negatives, I haven't talked about that so far, but the cleanse unfortunately is not 100% vegan. I just got to know it after I ordered myself. It contains lactitol, which is derived from cow's milk, which makes it in general just a vegetarian product and not a vegan product. For me personally, it was a conflict whether to use it or not to use it. I thought, okay, now I have it. I don't have any vegetarian person which I could pass it on to. I couldn't return it to Taiwan, where it came from, to Germany. And then I thought, okay, if I can profit from it and get more healthy and vibrant and energetic and get more people to adopt a vegan diet and save animals that way, for me it is a good trade-off. And also I did a prayer for the animals that suffered before I took it, and for me spiritually that was alright so far. But it's very important, and I know a lot of people, a lot of you watching also, are hesitant to take it because of this factor. Then second disadvantage is there have been chemicals and non-foods in the enzymes. Mostly in the solid enzymes, and I think that's also a reason that I didn't like them so much, because they tasted a little bit artificial. They have non-food sweeteners, for example, what was it? Maltodextrin, I think, and also isomaltose or stuff like that, and glucose also as an isolated chemical, and that didn't taste so natural, and I didn't like that so much after the week. Like, I was really happy that I could go back to regular foods that Mother Nature provides us, our species specific food, our species specific diet also. Then what was negative also, or where I'm not sure what I said, is the effectiveness of the liver and gallbladder flush, but that's just my personal take, my personal experience. So yeah, maybe someone else has a different experience, and you could look up the other reviews online and on the YouTube channel of ZenCleanz Official. And then the last one, which is not really a negative one, but just something to keep in mind, what I didn't have present all the time, is the situation with tax, and that you have to pay customs and tax. So everything all in all in euro was for me like round about 700 euros. Also, I used a discount code to get a little bit off, but yeah, that's just something to keep in mind for you to add it if you are on a budget. Okay, so final conclusion, would I do it again or would I not do it again? I contacted them and asked them if they plan to do a completely vegan product. If they had a completely vegan product, I would do the intestinal cleanse, the ZenCleanz 1, again, just to see if there would be still something coming out of me, or if I would be clean, which I don't think. I think there is more that could come out. And if they would not do a completely vegan version right now, I think I wouldn't do it again, and I wouldn't do the rainbow cleanse again, because I didn't like the solid enzymes too much in the end, and I didn't see the effect of the liver and gallbladder flush. So I wouldn't do that again, but I could see another cleansing and detoxification method for me as a longer water cleanse, longer water fast. Going longer than 7 days, doing it supervised maybe, and also in a more natural surrounding, maybe Tanglewood Wellness Center or something like that in Costa Rica. And that is what I could see for myself. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Feel free to give me any feedback on my first video ever on YouTube. Write it down in the comments. I read every comment. I respond to any comment. I'm happy to be in interaction with you, and I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed time whenever you watch this, and I hope you are healthy and well. Thanks for watching.